put some duct tape on this. Tape. No.
The oil was in there, right? Or we had to add the oil?
It was already in there. Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, it's really okay. Yeah. Yep. That's good now. And that's all you gotta do. Now you gotta add some gas.
Alright, go get the gas, my brother.
Yeah.
Not the one that's overflowing, the other one. So we connected the battery because we missed that step the first time we got it. And we put it back in its casing. Wash my head tonight. Sometime tomorrow. Alright, good job. Do you want to do the honors of taking this off? Keep it though. How you doing? Faith is action. Just got back to campsite. Bought a generator for the garden. I'm Ty, by the way. What is your name? What can I call you? But I don't want to call you by your channel's name. Oh man.
Why didn't you say that?
What happened? I said don't get the one that's full.
All of them are full. Both of them are full.
Because you just wasted the whole way over here.
Back up.
It says add engine oil. You said it was in there already.
In fact, I think I've been buying it wrong. Gas only.
Got it, Miss Yolanda. Yeah, of course.
No, eat that. 85. Whatever that does. Okay. Josh. Gotta do something. July.
Here, Jacob, I'll hold it. You put it in there. Come on.
Josh is gonna do it.
Why?
Because you already put all the gas in, right? I don't do gas. Put gas in there. Why?
So we went out and got another one of these while my son's taking a sweet little time. Just had to go get another one of these. I had issues with the battery, so we went out. I was still under my 90 days, so I was able to get another one. Praise the Lord for that. It was a pretty decent transaction. When I first got my car back, I tried to go back and get a battery because I was misunderstanding over the phone. They were like, "Oh yeah, you can come in and get another battery for the generator." Went to the store all the way, and I'm in the country, so everywhere I go it's gonna be a 30+ ride. So we went all the way out to the store just for them to say, "Well, we just can't take a battery out of the generator for you." I'm like, I didn't actually do that. I came under the impression that you had a battery for the one that I told you I was coming for. Long story short, we ended up having to take the old one back. I didn't go back to the same location as yesterday. I went to another spot, which was further out, but I had business to take care of out there anyways. So we went out there and got this. So right now we're doing a well, I never unboxed the first one, so here it is. I'm just pretending like I'm... Who? Stop stealing. What are we stealing, sir? Okay. Joseph D'Angelo, what's happening? You probably got the wrong channel. What? 912. Is that a such thing? We got a comedian on here. Okay, so I guess I'll show you guys how we get water out here for the plants, since we showing y'all what we're doing. Sir, can we bring it over so we can hook it up? And I'll move this out the way. It says runtime over 18 hours, but we only use it to get the water for the plants. Of course my phone is dead after an hour drive. Got it. What's everybody up to on this Friday evening now? It's 7:33 Eastern time on my end. Got it? Okay. A little bit of a struggle, but we're gonna work it out. The sun is the muscle behind the mission. So These are the buckets that we use to fill up. So this is known for, you say it advertises super quiet. So I want y'all to tell me how quiet y'all think it is. Let me plug it up. Did you check the oil? I didn't see you check the oil. I see you just put gas in there. I didn't see you check the oil. Let's do it right so our stuff can last. Please check the oil, Jacob. Or Joshua, it don't matter who. Find the oil panel. We're not gonna start this without checking it. Oh, 633. What side of town y'all on? Y'all in Illinois or I assume that you guys were in Florida. Yeah, somebody said stop stealing. I don't know. You know how people like to say random stuff. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why I thought y'all were in Florida. Exactly. That's why you listen to the adults, because you check the oil. It's no oil in there. Y'all about to have me take this thing back to the store already. And it's gonna be our fault. It has its own oil. It came with its own oil. So when they start to get water out of it. My son, I already checked the oil. Not a lick of oil in there. It came with oil, didn't it? Well, the last one did, right? This is what it come with. Little cables, funnel. I don't want to just put any oil in there. I thought it came with a little bottle. That's everything that came out the box. And this is the connector. Oh, okay, you guys were visiting. Okay, now it makes sense. Because I think it's the first day I found your son, and what's his name, by the way? The first day that I found them first video online, I think he posted something about Orlando, and that's what caught my attention, because I was just like, that's where I just moved from. All right. So now Jacob is adding oil. What brought y'all to Orlando, if you don't mind me asking? Well, Florida. Okay, that's his name. Duh, Tippy, come on. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. I am fog brain from driving so much oil. So let's get it started. Josh, come here. Move this over. Basically what we always do. Take this stuff out. Alright, Jacob, start it up. So, and this one comes with a key. This is not no official unboxing. That's not what I'm doing. Just got in. Sit back up. I know that's right. Nothing wrong with the reset. I don't dislike Florida at all. Actually, I'm glad that we were moved when I was a youngin', maybe 6 at the youngest. I was moved here. My family moved from St. Louis, and we moved to the Orlando area. Some of them moved to Jacksonville. Some of them just recently left to go to Arizona. You lost the key? I never had the key. So we seen Orlando go through its changes. Some areas good, some areas went through not so good change, and I had to take a break. That was the area where I spent most of my 20s, where I messed up. And when you in the area where you make a lot of your mistakes, you got to go and go somewhere where you can get unfamiliar in unfamiliar space, so everything won't remind you of all the trauma, mistakes, and drama. And that's why I left. Whereas I was actually initially told to leave, I probably would have stayed longer. Because sometimes we do that, we stay stagnant in a familiar place. All right, so we starting it up. Excuse my mess in the background. I don't like that start. Oh, you gotta pull it. Try to pull it, because you gotta get the gas through it for the first time. So he's gonna get some gas through it. And this is us unboxing the Predator, guys. Isn't it a button you had to press down there? Through?
Oh, wait. This way.
Yep, we definitely want to take it off the propane side. Oh, yeah, I went on live. Right? Where was I at? I'm going to have to go back and watch that. I'm talking to Miss Yolanda. It's loud. It has to get gas and oil through it. It's very nice compared to the first one that we initially started. Okay, so let's show them how we get the water in. Look at it. So we got a cord that my neighbor helped me connect to this $10,000 water well that we purchased. 30. Just plugging it in. Try not to break them things this time real time. Then we get it out of here. So without this, we're not able to get this out of this. And that's how we living off grid. God took me out of Orlando. Okay, forgotten, only to be remembered. I sure will watch that. When God took me out of Orlando, I would have never thought that I would be living like this. And we don't drink out of this water, as you can see. We use it for I did get it tested, and I got it tested and got to add some stuff to it. Might have to pay somebody to do that, but they charge it. They charge it. So we'll see. Josh, if you want to, you can put all that stuff in the box, back in the box that we're not going to use. This is the way I want it. You put that manual on my seat so I can read it later. We're getting water from the well. You know what? That's a whole video in itself. I had earlier on, because we did this, right? A lot of warfare had happened in between us leaving. Every time it seemed like we left under real stressful situations, because we had to adjust to the winters out here. And then we had to adjust to, like right now, summer, the heat. Please stop leaving this lock on this fence. Same thing, different day. Brother man, stop leaving the lock on the fence. But I can speak on the first. Watch the water, okay? Excuse me. I had to, when we first got out here. I think it was just all the stuff that was happening in between. Like I said, the van that I got rid of, ended up getting a hole in the radiator. That caused a lot of problems in itself, just constantly getting broke down before it got fixed. And then when it got fixed, it still was a lot of problems. Had crash gasket, all that. So it was just a lot of warfare that was going on in between. The whole adjusting that made it worse. It wasn't as smooth as it needed to be. Learning how to live off a generator, learning how to live off. I mean, everything else was normal in a sense, like at school, going to work. Because I initially found a stable job I worked on for a year before God moved me off. Um, Everything else, I mean, except for being able just to flick on the light or turn on the AC, turn on the heat, we adjusted to accordingly. Like using kerosene heaters in the winter, having to go up like right up in the town where we go to Ace Hardware. They have kerosene fill up right in Ace Hardware. Propane. So I went and purchased got a deal on a grill, it's a grill, flat top grill that we started eventually making a lot of our foods on where we're eating now. Because at one point I was never here, and when I was attending a church in the town over, we were always there like 3 days out of the week, pretty much. And then between work and running errands, and we washed our clothes out in the town. When we go in town, we just throw everything in the trunk, and we lived like that. So that was sort of different, because on and off, depending on where I live, I would wash my clothes at the laundromat. But for the most part, most of my apartments did have a washer and dryer hookup, which I didn't mind going to the laundromat sometimes because a lot of them were 24 hours, so it worked around my work schedule, and I didn't have to worry about no high light bill. So the main adjusting was just like dealing with different elements and of the weather and stuff like that. And I don't mind. Actually, like I said, I made a video earlier on. Three of my, excuse me, I got 4 total. 3 of them actually ended up going to stay with their dad, and a lot of dark stuff came out of that situation. So I had to go back and get them. They were in a whole other city, so I had to go get them. And after that, we were just completely cut off from family. There was no help. So when that situation did happen, and I found out about some things that occurred, I went to go stay with I call her my sister, but she's not my sister. She's from St. Louis as well. We met in Georgia, and we stayed connected for a long time. She has a husband, and they just had their first child together, but she had 3 other kids outside of that husband. I mean, before she met that husband. And they were doing okay when I was there. She had just had a settlement and living in a very expensive high rise, and to each his own. I didn't care for living in Texas. As when I was there, I was just dealing with a lot of warfare. But one, I don't think I was supposed to go. I didn't ask God if I could go. I was just trying to get away from the stuff that took place when my kids were away from me, because it was going to land me somewhere in jail, basically. So I'm trying to be careful, because like I said, I made a video about it around the time it first happened. I don't remember all the details that I let out in that video, but I'm trying to be very wise not to say stuff before the Lord allowed me to say it. But got messed over by their family, and I just got up and left because it was too much on me. And my doctor said basically, when I was up there with my sister, I didn't want for anything. And I didn't like that too much either, but I was okay with the fact that she took that ease from me for like having to constantly worry about how I was going to feed and take care of my kids, stuff like that. So we ended up coming back here because I did have a dog that I left with my neighbor. I had I was in the process of building before I left, and all that changed. Even like the process of me getting a mobile home put out here and letting them do the whole permit stuff, because they messed. I felt like they had a lot of crazy stuff was involved with